Yeah, I can come fix it for you. 1 second. Be right back.
There should just be a place to button it inside. The problem is, actually, here, you grab right here, I'll lift up and you pull the dress up a little, cause,
That's
there. Thank you.
yeah.
Cause that was the problem, I was trying to scoot, and then the strap of the dress just,
My love.
yeah.
The button tore off.
Oh, no, so there's a button in here somewhere?
Seems that way.
Well, there's another one on there, can you just use the other one?
No, it has to be sewn on. And
Oh,
no,
it was
that
just
was it
there.
was just there. So
What happened to it?
well, it obviously came off, and
No.
so I'll
Dang
fix it.
Oops again.
I'll fix it later.
You guys are right, I can't have anything nice. Oh, shoot.
Okay. All right. Back again. Wow, 2 streams 1 day. Yeah. Yo, Sage, welcome in.
I was just trying to
All
stand
right.
up.
I know, dear. All right. Kitty is having some technical difficulties, unfortunately.
I'm working on it. I'm sorry.
All right. Minimize that window. All right. Here we go. Okay. All right. And we've got Soldier of God. We've got D-Rex. We've got Blue. We've got Sage. Hello. Kitty as well. Kitty is here with me. You'll hear her in just a second. She's very upset because she had an incident with a piece of an article of clothing that just kind of tore a little bit, which is unfortunate.
No,
I mean, it was
tear.
so I didn't tear there was a button that's on her dress that kind of just like ripped off. So I was trying to fix it, but I cannot without my sewing kit. So anyway, I'm gonna hop into the Discord channel. I cannot.
You just, a button popped off the bust area.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't need to explain all that. It's fine. All right, we're gonna hop into chat.
So upset.
Hang on.
Hello.
I was trying to ping everybody. I was trying to ping everybody. Hang on here.
Why are you trying to
Hang on.
ping everybody?
I was trying to ping everybody.
You only picked me.
Good job.
It pulled up because you were right there. And I was like, hang on.
And now to bring up Roll20.
What's up?
Huzzah.
Feels weird not working on a Saturday, but that just means I'm gonna have to work tomorrow.
Mm,
Hey.
gotta love it.
I'm working on it.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
You're fine, dear.
No.
What's up?
Okay, wait, alright, hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, hello.
Okay, I'm here. I'm so sorry.
It
It
seems
seems
like
like as I was sitting down to get everything pulled up, everything went wrong.
As it usually does.
Yeah, that's go figure, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let's see here.
D&D.
of course, you'd give Cal this the punch emoji.
Oncoming fist.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Just bam. Oh, he doesn't know what all I made him do last session. Oh, this is gonna
No.
be fun. Oh, this is
We
gonna
have
be
we have his
fun.
diary.
We do have his diary.
Yeah. We now have his diary. Literally, a simulacrum can recall it word for word.
Oh no, wait, why is it saying my game isn't found?
What? Are you
I don't
logged
know.
into the right
Go
account?
find it.
That was
Yeah.
more than a second.
All right, hang on. I'll
because-
come out.
No, I got this. I
Okay.
got this. You relax.
Hope you have a lovely stream. Thanks, Sage. Appreciate it. Also, D-Rex, thanks so much for the lurk. Really appreciate it. Oh yeah, and Sage, thanks so much for the lurk. Sorry, I'm getting caught up on chat.
Boom.
Oh hey,
We're Agnar.
Caldez is here
Where's
now.
Agnar at? Our strong
Yeah,
and
where
silent
Agnar at?
type. Yeah. Where the Agnar at?
Where do be Agnar?
Where the Agnar? Where the
Waiting for that drop into here like ahayo. I'm waiting for it.
That's definitely what he would do. Totally.
Yes.
Totally with character.
Icy pants,
Yeah,
mate.
you're
I think it's time you drink some water.
Yeah, he always drops in and goes, Ohio gozaimasu.
Ohayou gozaimasu.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get
Oheyo
us.
gaizamasu.
gonna
Oh,
get
yeah,
us started
also-
on.
Sorry, real quick, I just wanted to ask, Saren, how was your trip?
My trip
Ah,
to
I
Ireland
fixed
was,
it.
was very, very good.
Yay.
Nice.
It's have you seen pictures of like the rolling hills in Ireland and like how
Mhm.
pretty it is? That's the whole country minus Dublin.
Nice.
If have you ever been to a city before?
Mm-mm.
You've never been to like a city like at all ever?
Oh, a city. Okay,
A
yes.
city, yeah. Yeah, that's what Dublin is. That's just what Dublin
Okay.
is. Dublin, and everywhere else is like actual Ireland.
Gotcha.
Like we spent our last 3 days in Ireland, and whenever we told like a local that, they're like, you made a mistake. I'm not gonna tell you what they call Dublin, but
Mm,
the opinion on Dublin was not very positive.
I would
And I
imagine
also do not have
so.
a positive opinion of Dublin.
I mean, most people that grow up in like the country here in America like don't have a very fond aren't very fond of the city, and vice versa.
Here's the difference: is there's no Irish culture in the cities of Ireland, in Dublin.
Hmm.
It's just a city.
Yeah, just city culture.
It's just
Gotcha.
it's just generic city. American cities generally have their own culture.
Mhm.
There was like really no culture to be found in Dublin.
That's wild.
Yeah, it was just like European city.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Go ahead, DM. You may continue
Oh,
with the
well,
recap.
I was
Thank you for asking, by the way. I appreciate
yeah,
it.
real quick. I was just gonna say I'm so glad that you had a good time. That's super cool. I've always wanted to go, so I'm glad you had a good time. And I also just real quick wanted to say hi to everybody in Icy's chat. So hey D-Rex, hey Gloopy, hey Sage, hi
So yes,
everybody.
if anyone plans on
Hi,
going to
Soldier.
Ireland, don't spend as little time in Dublin as possible. Be out in the country.
Got it.
Yes,
So-
that would be my favorite. Like that'd be my favorite way to see it. To just tour the country and go and stay in different places. I don't like cities in general though, so you know.
Mhm.
All right, sorry. Go ahead, Crimson. Sorry.
And now I will add a little bit of suspenseful music. Well, not mysterious, but actually, let me change it to this here. All right, a bit more. What's going on here?
Oh, hero.
Okay, so he's going to be a little bit later. Amelia's also going to be
No, he's not
here a
going to
little
be
bit.
here at all.
He won't be
Oh,
here at
he'll
all.
be here at
yeah.
all. All right, Amelia's going to be here a
Really,
little
but-
bit later. All right, I will be the strong and silent type.
Okay.
All right, so session the 15th. It's free real estate. The party went inside the doors of the keep for the first time, looking in awe and surprise at the structure before them. Inside, they toured the halls as Gale walked off to tour the keep on his own. Caldez was torn for a moment as he decided to follow the rest of the group. The first point of interest was the dining hall. A massive hall with a table to match it with seats up and down, all kept in good condition. Agnar briefly darts into a nearby room and is brought back by a stubborn simulacrum. Not finding all that much, the party then turns to the hallway to the east and begins to explore the dormitory. Therein they find a room for each of them, including the couple of the group. Sazi points out the room used to be two singular rooms belonging to Daub and Kaja, respectively, until Daub rebuilt the wing to combine them for what would have been their marriage. As far as the party knows, the room was emptied of all their things and is now open to whoever would inherit the keep next. Let's see. Down the hall to the south, they find the library split into two rooms used by the previous owners, Gareth and Garrick, brother and sister, who use the spaces for research and spellcrafting. In one side of the library, Agnar finds what appears to be a book and pulls it off the shelf to the anger of Derringer's simulacrum, who snatches the book out of his hand, revealing the journal is enchanted and contains what makes him him. Derringer. While there, Fate asks if he would recommend any books, to which Derringer scolds Sazzy for selling off all the books that line the shelves at one point in time, and to which Sazzy rebutted by mentioning they used the funds that were gained from selling the books to help their neighbors after the attack on the city 1 year ago. Sazzy also mentions that any books the group finds, other than those that are cursed, warded, possessed, etc., can be read by Derringer. At the mention of such, all look through their packs as they remember picking up something matching the description from a hidden chest back in Zagzap's lair in Torin's demise. Upon dumping it and the contents of Gavitas' pack onto the floor, he picks up the journal and hands it to Derringer's simulacrum, who, upon holding it, is able to scan through its contents as he closes his eyes. The book is actually a journal, and the contents inside are all recollections from a deceased dragon cult priestess named Torin. It mentions mainly of her time establishing the meeting place of the dragon cult and of the group itself, as well as entries speaking of their efforts to cull the local populace, leading to the formation of the Vine-Thorn alliance between the local wood elves and goblins. The most important takeaway is the elixir of dragonkin, as mentioned in the latter pages of the journal. Torin originally made it to procure a future generation of leadership for the cult that would be faithful to her with her lover, not mentioned in name but suggested to be a dragonborn. The elixir can do many things, such as enabling the devourer to use a dragon's breath, almost as naturally as a dragonborn, to be more resilient as if they had dragon scales, and to successfully bear children, offspring, between the diverse couple, which is genetically impossible as they currently stand. The only issue is the lack of ingredients, seeing the presence of only one ingredient on a list that is torn off from the rest. In another room down the hall, they find the war room, where Sazzy and others plan their routes for adventures and even marked places they had gone and revisited, as Aldean found out, as well as one place they had never wanted to go back to in Anarok, the place of their last misadventure, as Sazzy noted very quickly. I'm getting pings here.
Sorry, that was me, my bad.
So Sazzy quickly changed the subject, leading all back to the secondary library room, where he revealed the treasure room, secret storage room, that was the most heavily warded place inside the keep. There, Derringer's Daunted stored all their magical items of great power, as well as a locked chest with Kaja's belongings that Daub had secured and wanted to be protected. And by the way, all of those magical belongings are now gone. Going on to the other side of the keep, the party finds servant quarters, expanded guild space, another restroom, a private dining area, as well as a kitchen stocked with all sorts of goods. Fate finds the pantry, where she discovers the drinks to which Aldean helps himself to, as well as Agnar, who empties his water canteen, filling it with Neverwinter Orange, a city-specific blend of ale. Emilia finds out about the supply and tries to help herself to what Aldean poured out, and failed to do so as he keeps her away. Before they leave the kitchen, they realize Caldas has walked away from the bunch, and as they go to the back, they look at the gardens and prayer room in the rear of the keep. That's where the Gavitas and Agnar first find him writing down something, as Gale appears to be speaking to someone as he kneels before an altar. The cheeky paladin then comes up with an idea as he calls upon Derringer, who is unloading all the gold the party had acquired earlier from their cart. He begrudgingly obeys the command, teleports in, swipes Caldas' journal, and copies it all down to memory, causing Caldas to trade an angry glare with the prankish paladin. Choosing to stay with Gale, the rest follow Sazzy as he makes a comment on women being a little too emotional, almost drawing a slap meant for Caldas to the former adventurer, but falls short as he hobbles away quickly. He shows them the dummy range, shooting range, forge that Derringer painstakingly made by hand, the armory, and weapons crafting room. He mentions that the towers are also accessible inside the keep at each corner, mentioning that Derringer is able to summon a ballista on command to any one of the towers at will, but not all at once. After taking a gander at the horse stables outside and gardens out front, all gathered inside as Sazzy gives them a final talk before he heads back to town, and of course, the key. He tells them to do what they need to in order for their names to elevate beyond the heroes of New Corrydale. If they wanted to get their names out there, they could either join a faction or do what he and his guild did to achieve great feats. Derringer recollects how they stood on their own 2 feet as they stood out as a lone guild, not attached to any faction in particular or group in any way, shape, or form. They could go after the warlords plaguing the city from the outside. They could solve the political turmoil from inside the city, or travel to and fro and tour the realm at large. After the discussion, Sassy then gives the keys to the keep to Aldian and goes off to make his way back into town on foot. As the party gather together at the table, Caldas walks back into the room, alerting all that Gale has something to tell them all. Sitting around him, Gale then tells the group he has been speaking with Mystra about the artifact he had been trying to recover, the Crown of Karsus. This particular item was used by the ancient Netherese leader to try and ascend to godhood, only to fail, causing a crisis with the Weave and the collapse of the Netherese Empire all in one day. All 6 of them were called together to help him find the shards of the crown and protect the realm from those who had used them for ill gain. Likely, the group that they encountered, Novus Arcanum. He asks them if they would be willing to help him save the realm from the unknown threat, to which all heartily agree, especially Caldas, who quickly picks up both the tracking talisman used to find the shards and message stone connecting to Gale. Gale leaves the group with a bit of a struggle behind the research into Novus Arcanum. The group has their options as to what to do next, but before any more questing, they seek to find out various leads in the city. What will Gavitas and find out about the amulet Caldas found? Will Amelia find out more information about the personal items she has held onto on her travels? Will Caldas find a smithy capable of
AI
combining a
is
staff
old.
and wand of magic missile, or will he use ye old duct tape? We can only find out in session 16, and this is where we pick up.
Excellent. Huzzah!
Yay.
Yes.
All
So
right.
last time, the reason why you may see turn order is because we decided to split us all up into groups. Gavitas's group with Aldian and Fate and Agnar traveling all together. Amelia going off on her own, and Caldas going off on his own in order to find a smithy.
Indeed.
So then let's actually just save Amelia for last, because she's not here.
So top of the turn order. Oh, hang on a second, I just got a message. Oh, never mind. It was a ping from another server. Anywho,
Excellent.
top of the turn order is the group of Gavitas, Aldian, Fate, and Agnar. So, what are you guys doing?
So what was it? The going to the temple of, what was it, Torm? Was it?
It is. I actually put the label of it on there because it's not shown on there, but it is the Stormshore Tabernacle.
Yes. Heading to that with the amulet. What was the? We also
Alright.
had that journal as well. Could we take that with us? The not
Could-
journal, that book. You know what I'm talking. Was it a journal or diary?
It was a journal.
It was a journal. Okay. I think
Yeah,
we
it
should
was a
just at
journal.
least grab that as well. Just bring it, just in case that
Yeah.
grants more information.
You can take the journal with you.
Sweet. And then how long travel is this?
It would probably take you approximately about 25, 30 minutes getting through the foot traffic in Baldur's Gate to there.
Okay. And do we need to bring anything for identification for getting through the Basilisk Gate?
But you would...
Or is it just simple, go up, identify ourselves, and then we're all in?
What you could use as a means to identify yourselves, you could use the receipt that you got from Gunter from turning in your quest, essentially.
Alright. I'll bring that then,
Gunter!
just in case.
All right. You guys, D&D ampersand, moving about town here, as you go through Whitkeep. Is there anything that you guys want to do still at the Crimson Keep, or do you want to go ahead and move on into town?
I'm all set for this. What about the rest of you guys?
I'm fine.
I think I'm good too. I pretty much just decided to tag along because my Dragonborn was going.
I also just had a real quick question about things because I'm fairly new to all of this, and this is the longest campaign I've ever done. Is there any sort of like enchanting or anything like that that can take place in town?
You mean like enchanting gear?
Yes,
How much money you got?
we have a lot
Yeah.
of gold.
You have a lot
It depends. Yeah, it depends on.
It depends on how much the enchanting costs, though.
Gotcha.
Yes,
All right.
it depends on the
Yeah.
enchantment you want to put on the object, and of course the object itself. So say Say, for instance, you had like Gavitus's the armor that you picked up
Yeah,
from
what, the
Red
adamantine?
Jaw's lair. Yes, the adamantine armor. Say you wanted to enchant that with something,
Mhm.
it would cost a hefty. It would cost a hefty gold piece.
Say I wanted to enchant my hammer that causes ice damage.
The
You would
hammer
have to
already
visit-
causes ice damage, or you want it to cause?
I want it to cause ice damage.
Want it to cause ice damage. Okay.
Yeah.
You'd have to visit somewhere, like, if you were to look at the map, you'd have to visit somewhere in town, like Sorceress Sundries or some other
Okay.
place where you could find a mage or magister that would be able to enchant the piece for you, like be able to craft the runes and everything.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll let you stew on that, and we'll continue with Gavitus's quest, and then maybe if there's time, we'll do that.
Something. Also
Can you guys hear
really
me?
Good.
Yes. Now we
Yeah.
can hear
Yes,
you.
I can
Were
hear
you
you.
talking
Okay,
before?
I was talking the whole time. I
Oh
was trying
no!
Oh,
I was
sorry.
like, they're ignoring me.
Oh, it's just like
Classic
high school.
Caldez.
Oh no!
I was saying he probably has to go somewhere similar to, I would assume, where I'm going for the staff, but I don't know. Yeah, I was asking also, were there any like spell books in the keep? I apologize. I was trying to speak.
No, we don't have any. There's not a
No.
library really. All the books were sold.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yes. You're all starting anew and afresh. Just like I mentioned earlier, no magic items inside the storage room either.
Yep.
Those have all been sold as well.
Okay.
Wait,
all right.
even but all the stuff we have is fine though.
Yes.
Just all
Okay.
the stuff that was
And-
there gathered by Derringer's guild prefer.
Did we
For it.
split up the gold just so I know if I had more or enough that I was having with me to pay for this?
So yes, if you were to evenly split the 3,000 gold that you got from your quest, that would be about I want to say what was it 6 to be 500 gold apiece per person
Yeah, that sounds right.
That sounds like math.
between 6 people. Yeah, between 6 people.
Sweet. Okay, so I'll just add that to my character sheet then with what I also have. Alrighty, thank you. That's all I wanted to know. Until it is my turn, I shall shut up this time.
So,
What?
something
Caldez
really
not
good to know
interjecting? That's crazy.
Oh wait, he
about
can't. He isn't
magical-
with the group, so he can't be smacked.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's the
Dang.
real downside.
Right, so the
So, Aldian, quick thing
ampersand.
about your thing about magical weapons. Another thing really good to know. So there are a lot of creatures that have resistance to non-magical weapons. Even having a +1 makes your weapon magical. So like ghosts, for example, have resistance to all non-magical physical damage.
Cool.
So if you had
Oh.
magic on your weapon, you deal full damage. just
Ghosts?
Like
Ooh,
I'm sorry. I
don't
was
know
assisting. I was assisting Kitty. Were you talking to me?
that. Oh yes, I was. So just real quick, if you enchant your weapon, your weapon, all of your damage becomes like magical,
Uh-huh.
meaning that like you can deal full damage to things that have resistance to non-magical damage. Like a ghost is resistant to like non-magical physical damage. If your
Right.
weapon is magical, you just deal full damage with it.
Okay. But if
It's a big-
something
it's a
is
big-
resistant to magic, then I wouldn't do damage to them?
It would be resistant to like the extra damage you would be doing. Like
Okay.
the
Got it.
frost.
Got it. Got it.
If anything, and then nothing really goes like resistant to magic. I don't think that's even a thing in 5e. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Okay. All right.
Like it's usually like resistant to slashing, bludgeoning, piercing, frost. It's less general than that. All right, so we already
Gotcha.
there, Mr. DM, at the tabernacle.
Moving through this, you notice a few things as you're walking around. Notice a few demonstrations going about the city. One of which you see a makeshift gallows as you went through Stony Eyes, portraying a hanging of what appears to be a white-haired elf in fanciful-looking gear being hung. It's an effigy, by the way. Not an
Oh,
actual
okay,
Yeah,
so
like a
not a real.
demonstration.
Okay,
No.
I was about to say,
It's an-
uh-oh.
It's an effigy of people gathered around, and you happen. I'll need. Let's see. Who would be leading this group right now, walking through the streets?
I
would
guess
assume
Vetus would
myself
be.
because I know where the thing is we're going to.
I need you to make a perception check.
And
Alright.
and Aldian and I are with him, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Correct.
and
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 Agnar.
and Agnar.
Gotcha. Do you want us to make it too, or just the leader?
So whoever's
gosh.
walking out front right now,
Did we?
with a 9,
I'm not
You-
seeing stuff, guys. I'm sorry.
you don't really see much in the crowd.
It's
You just see
okay.
the crowd
Glasses
just
weren't really a
gathered
thing
around
back
there.
then.
They're very agitated. They seem to be very frustrated with whoever this figure is being hung from this makeshift gallows. And they don't even mind you guys as you walk by.
I'm going to guess that that's probably does it look like an?
Alright.
Do I know who Asterion is?
No, not
Uh,
from personal looks. No.
Yeah,
Not
we
for
just
her-
we just know of him, like that he is a hero of Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, and that he's been around.
Also,
Probably never seen him in person.
Cal. Also,
Yes.
these people would be shouting "Death to Asterion."
Oh, okay. All right.
Yes.
I wonder if that's there we go. That answers that question.
But the perception check was for something else. But it it just slides right by. So Cal does yes.
Did we also rest? Because I realized I don't remember why, but my hit points are at
Yes.
17 instead of 21. So I think someone punched me.
Indeed.
Yeah, it was the paladin that punched me last. So I was just making sure I did rest and get my hit points back. Cool, thank you. That's all.
No, that would have been from before. That would have been from back at the checkpoint.
Yeah, exactly. I was wondering if we've rested since then.
Yeah, we've rested since
Yeah.
then.
Cool.
Nice to know it still stings.
So as you guys move through the streets, you happen to see one demonstration like this as well as another. It's a complete polar opposite as you're making your way through the Basilisk Gate to the other side. You see some of the guards have diverted around to forming a protective perimeter around this one group, where you happen to see another kid similar to the one that you helped out yesterday, similar to the one that you encountered at the gate, Gavitas, talking about what they are reading from the newsletter, The Tomes of Truth. It seems that controversy is sweeping throughout the streets and fervor about this trial and all around it. There are even some eyes that are looking off to you guys, seeing as to why you aren't stopping to be a part of the demonstration. Then they quickly turn back to the rest of their groups.
So they're just
guys
they're
are able
just
to-
giving us eyes. They're not actually engaging with us.
No, they're just giving you eyes as you pass by.
Would you
could
describe it as a
feel- you could-
judgmental look?
A little bit of a judgmental look, yes. You could feel there's this tension that you could almost cut with a knife in the city.
I'm gonna glare back at them.
Oh, you're gonna glare back at them. Okay, roll an intimidation
You got it.
if you're trying to intimidate them.
And here's
You
me
got it.
thinking I should just ask what's going on, but no, that's fine.
No.
There's my character sheet.
You're gonna ask the angry mob what's going on?
I was gonna be like, hey, what's with the looks? What's going on here, guys?
You're so sweet and pure.
They're doing mob things. Don't worry about it.
How's
Alright,
that?
so
Six-
just Dragonborn things.
As you give that minute, as they give some side eye to you, you give some side eye back, and immediately the person just immediately their back straightens up and they turn back to facing towards the gathering. It's right in front of them.
Yeah, that's right. Nobody glares at my husband. He glares better than you. His intimidation is through the roof.
He has an
Oh, these
advantage
people
on
glaring at
glaring.
you. Those people glaring at you don't even have like a level in their character. Breathe on them and they would die. Like, what are they thinking?
Yeah, we actually probably should be like, be careful with your glare. You'd murder somebody with
It's
just
like
by
vicious-
looking at them.
vicious mockery.
Kill.
You can kill someone with a look.
Yeah, if looks
What
It's
do you
got like 4 hit
guys-
points.
Let me ask, what are you guys thinking as you're walking through these very, very tense situations in the city streets?
I mean, I don't really have too much of an opinion about it. I don't like the fact that people are just going out and being
Well-
stupid and fighting with one another. But since we don't know who Asterion is, and we don't know what's
Did-
going on. Like he could be guilty, he could be innocent. We don't know.
My question is like so hmm, the perception thing that you said that was for something else. So like Aldian
Yes.
and I can see this effigy and everything
You can see that
of
effigy.
like
It's
him
not really
being
the
hanged
effigy.
or whatever.
It wasn't really the effigy. That's visible for everybody, and you could blatantly hear the crowd
Yeah,
going,
it was
"Death
something
to
else that
Asterion!
was
Death to
individual to whoever
Asterion!"
was
You
leading
could
the
hear that being chanted throughout the crowd. It's something else that's a little bit of a interesting element. But
Okay.
Um,
Then
yes.
honestly, my thoughts would probably just be somewhere along the line of like, huh, wonder what's going on. Just kind of like
I wonder what's got all
not
these people
not
around.
too oblivious, but just
Yeah.
kind of not too concerned either, you know.
Did you read the article from the Tome of Truth, Fate?
Oh no, actually, hold on.
That will.
Is that in our little?
Yeah, it's in our.
Yes.
It's
well,
on
it
our
is for
thing.
me. It's for everyone, right, Crimson?
Yeah.
Wait, where is
Yeah,
it?
it's
called
in your
Asterion
list of
article.
stuff. So there.
Go to your journal where your character
Okay,
is. It
Asterion
should be
article.
under.
Okay.
Gvidus probably would
You
be
gonna
very
sit down, dear?
focused on the stuff with the amulet. I mean, he is somebody who has dealt, basically is here as a crisis response member.
Yeah.
So dealing with high tensions and things going on around him is relatively normal. So it's not really affecting him in any particular way.
I've been bonked. Why bonk?
Forgive me. We had a conversation with Gale about
Yes.
getting involved in this at some point, though. Correct?
Actually, it was actually Sassy.
It was Sazzy. Okay. I couldn't remember if it was Sazzy or Gale.
Why not bonk? I suppose that's fair.
So it's kind of being like logged into the back of Gvidus's mind that there is
Unrest.
There is
Yeah.
civil unrest over this problem as well.
Oh, by the way, I have the thing that says turn order, but I don't see anything on it. I just figured
Yeah,
I'd say
nothing's
that.
on it.
Also, do I still have the 3 scrapped invasion plans of Baldur's Gate that seem to? Oh yeah, the 3. That seem to be
Yes.
scrapped or whatever. Okay.
Oh,
That you do? That you do.
Cool.
Yes.
Okay. Who would I
So-
best give those to?
great.
It's up to you. Honestly,
Okay.
It's a character decision.
yes, it's a character decision. So, as you guys meander through Baldur's Gate, you happen to make it to Stormshore Tabernacle, where inside things seem to be relatively calm. And I'm going to change the music to fit the mood. Inside the confines of this tabernacle, as you look and as you enter through the doors, these double doors, off to your left and to your right, you see these massive statues of various deities, specifically 4 deities that stand before you. Off to your left, you see a statue dedicated to Saloon, to your immediate left. To your far left, you see a statue dedicated to Mistra. Off to your right, you see 2 other statues. One statue represents that of Torm. The statue to the far right, ahead of you, is a statue representing that of Tyr.
Here, you said?
Tyr, yes.
Okay.
As you walk in, you see Adamants praying before these various statues. And at the very far end, it's Theater of the Mind right here. At the very far end, you happen to see a lone figure standing behind a lectern.
So, did you say that there were essentially crowds praying in front of each of these statues? Is that like my interpreting that correctly?
There's a small, like maybe about 1 or 2 people for these statues.
Okay, so first I'm going to go up to the man behind the lectern.
Okay.
I'm going to approach him, and I'm going to. Do we want to do this RP style, or do we want to do it like bullet point style?
Is there RP style?
Okay, give me a second. Sir, are you busy with anything right now?
What? Oh, I'm sorry. No, not at all. How could I help you?
Do you know where I could find and talk to a priest of Torm?
And as you say this, the old man's eyes that were previously seemed to be a little bit more squinty go a little bit wider as he goes, "Oh, well, son, you're looking at the right person."
Great. And then I like outstretch my hand to shake it with him.
Oh, yes, welcome.
Thank you. My name is Gvita Silsis. I am with the Order of the Golden Cup, and me and my party, when we were traveling on a recent adventure, we encountered an amulet belonging to Tiamat.
An amulet
And
belonging to.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm going to basically take my pack off and begin to open it.
Right, so you dumped your pack on the ground?
Not yet. I've just opened it as he's
Okay.
talking, basically.
Amulet of
We need-
Tiamat. Quite interesting. You don't come across too many of those nowadays, especially around these parts.
I'll take care of it. I don't mind.
It would simply be that, in
I don't mind
interesting
doing it, though.
curiosity. Except for when one of our party members grabbed it, he was possessed.
Sure.
We don't know by whom.
Just
Yep.
he was possessed. Well, is he also here with you?
No, he had other things he had to take care of. But
Well, why didn't
Uh,
you bring him here?
we can go get him. If you need to interview him, you can. I don't think he'll fight us on it.
I see.
But I do have the amulet with me and safely contained within my pack. And I kind of hold it up.
So you're taking like a handkerchief and like holding it out?
I'm like holding out just the pack, and then I'm going to say,
Oh, just the pack?
I've also wrapped it inside of a cloth to hopefully make sure that nobody touches it on accident. I'm sparing no. I'm being very cautious.
Taking no risks. Yeah,
Taking no risks.
very wise.
We have a means of picking that up exactly, and I know just the means to do so. Immediately, you see him turn off to his right. Oh, acolyte! And out from this open doorway, you see this younger man come running out. Yes, sir. How can I help you? Could you retrieve the tongs that we use to coals onto the braziers and to move the coals about the braziers? Yes, sir. I can. And you see him go running off into the room that he was just in. Happen to hear some clanking around from inside, and some rustling of what sounds like books. And out from this alcove, in the same manner, comes rushing out, just breathing, just. Here you go. Tongs? Yes. You said that the amulet is inside your pack, right?
Correct.
If you could dump it out on the ground, my acolyte here will pick it up.
As you wish. And then I dump it out onto the ground.
See the acolyte looking around at all the different objects, and he's like, interesting. As he opens the tongs up, and goes, which one is the amulet? It's the one with the metal band around it, boy, and the small little circular object connected to it. It is not too difficult to find. Acolyte, he stares around, he uses the tongs to pick up amulet, and he's kind of his arms are kind of shaking because he's like,
What?
okay,
Here, let me.
Got it.
Let me come do that.
what am I supposed to? Just hold it there, boy, in the light, so I can observe it properly. And you see this old man walk from behind the lectern, cane in hand, as he looks at the pendant on each side, glistening in Brazier's light. As he scratches at his, or rather, combs through his extensive beard, he looks at the front and nods his head, obviously seeing the symbology of Tiamat glinting in the light. 5 dragon heads, representing each of the chromatic dragons. And of course, Tiamat herself. On the back, however, he looks at the back of the pendant and squints his eyes. Boy, turn the pendant a little more to the right so I can get more light on the back here. As he continues to stare at the back, nods his head. Yes, I see. Does anybody here know Draconic by any means?
I'm just gonna be like looking back and forth, like,
All the anime.
maybe I might be able to read it. You know,
I'm sure between the two of us we can piece some of the words together, probably,
right?
right?
right. What do you need read?
Yes. I need you. There are a few spare icons here on the back of the amulet. I recognize the pattern of runes that are etched into the back of it, but I need you to read the exact lettering on each corner of this rune.
Okay. I'm gonna lean in and read it.
We do so, yeah.
The amulet, as you read each and every individual letter, reads
T O R R E N Torin.
as you, yes. And as you read the last letter,
Uh-oh.
nothing happens.
Okay.
Nothing happens.
Foiled again.
You should have made him make a perception check. That did nothing.
Yeah.
It's a nat 20. You don't
Uh,
perceive anything. It's like,
I could have said make a wisdom saving throw, but yeah.
Ah.
But as you read the last letter, kind of just like move back a little bit, but nothing really happens. And the old man nods in approval. It seems to spell, I guess, a name? I've never heard of a Tauren before.
I mean, is that not a word in Draconic? Is Tauren not a word? Then I love
Maybe.
what I say.
Maybe it's the name of that crazy lady who's obsessed with dragons, or maybe the dragon she's obsessed with.
The second one, I'm betting. Of course, I can't blame anyone with being obsessed with the dragon. I mean,
Anyways,
Yo, racist much.
yeah, fascinating.
What a specimen.
I love what a
So-
specimen.
as
Oh my gosh.
as he looks over,
Crimson, you need to put
But-
funny. She doesn't look Druish as a sound bit from Spaceballs.
oh my gosh.
That's funny.
Oh.
He's a druid princess.
Oh my gosh. As he's looking at the amulet, he says, I don't recognize a Tauren, but it sounds like a name. Did you find this amulet on someone?
We
Wonder
found it in a
Statue
chest.
Oh,
Found
with
it
like
in a
like an
chest.
item chest. Like
did we
we
find
didn't
it
rip it
with-
out of anyone.
Did we find it with the journal?
Yes, that's
It was
correct.
in the same chest as the journal. Yes,
Correct.
so I will then also take the journal out and say, we did find it with this, some sort of personal journal.
So it does belong to a person. And You said that as soon as your friend came in contact with the amulet, that they came under some sort of state of control by another being?
Presumably.
They seem to
And I
be
will relay
draconic in
what
nature.
and I will relay what was spoken to us while Keldes was possessed.
Obviously, they sound aggressive. They sound like they are in control. Tell you what, could one of you hold the tongs for my acolyte here?
Ooh, I'll do it.
All right.
You're a little
So
too
Aldian
giddy about it.
immediately he gets a little greedy. He just reaches and he's like, "Got it," and grabs the tongs on each handle and holds the pendant high. And as you do so, the priest then turns to his acolyte and says, "I need you to retrieve one tome from inside the library. All right? Remember where it is placed. As long as that Sailor Knight idiot didn't misplace all the books like she always does when she goes to a reading session. Anyway, find the book, Malaises of the Soul by Elminster.
We got the one
See the
priest with
acolyte
OCD.
immediately. You have the.
Listen, some
the
of us
acolyte-
just get excited about books, okay?
We got
The acolyte-
Conan the librarian.
God.
Don't you know the Dewey Decimal System?
You better put my books back where you got them from, or they'll be held to pay.
The acolyte
Yo, what's up,
skedaddles
Tony?
back into the alcove that he ran into previously to retrieve the tongs. You hear the shuffling of books, and you hear this goes on for about 5 or so minutes, and the priest shakes his head and goes, "Oi, have you not found the tome yet?" And the acolyte goes, "Sir, I think she messed up the order of things again." Oh, blast it. Try. Why would she be reading Malaises of the Soul? Ugh. She's always so emotional. Maybe that's the reason why. Anywho. Right. Search under the section M. Okay? Where were you searching previously? I was, you know, sometimes people put S in front of the M, so maybe, you know, the S in the order of things.
I mean,
Boy.
do you order it by author or by title?
No. I order it by title and by the first letter of the title. Malaises of the Soul. M. It should be in M. Another 5 minutes pass, and then finally you see the acolyte come running out of the room. It's like, "Got it!" As he hands it off to the priest and says, "No. For that delay right there, grab my lectern and walk it up here and place it upon the lectern." Yes, sir. And he kind of just skulks back to the lectern that the priest was previously standing behind, and he picks it up. He has a little bit of a tough time trying to pick it up, as you could tell. He's turning a little red in the face as he's shaking. His legs are kind of shaking, lifting this thing. It is a solid wood lectern, and as he sets it down, it makes a loud thud as it reaches the ground in front of the priest. And I'm actually going to, you know what? I'm going to roll the d4 to see what happens here.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
I was about to say, like, I could assist.
Okay,
with
so-
moving it.
So it doesn't land on the
falls through
priest's
the
feet. He
floor.
lands it perfectly. He lands the lectern perfectly in front of the priest, and he looks back at the acolyte and says, "You need to work on your shape. If you're going to be manning this temple at any point in time, you need to be not only working on your prayers, boy, but on your body. Body, mind, and soul working as one. As I always tell you. You don't listen." This is he grabs his ear and pulls at it. Ow, 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 ow. Go back in there. And instead of studying, I want you to do push-ups.
Oh man, some people get all the
Push-up,
fun.
yes. Do push-ups. Yes. Yes, priest. He goes back. He's skulking back towards the room. You see him rolling up his sleeves. He's getting ready for the inevitable. And as the priest, he flips open the book he reaches into his pocket and pulls out a pair of spectacles that he's able to place perfectly upon his nose. And
When
as
he's reading, I look over after that whole exchange. I look over at Aldian and I go, I remember being a novice.
I remember being a grunt and having to do push-ups all the time.
You're so lucky.
I
Caldez isn't
remember.
there.
Wait, no, I don't. I didn't have to do any of that.
Caldez,
Agnar-
Caldez, I think Caldez. I think you're lucky that Caldez isn't there.
Caldez is unfortunately not here, but you're lucky. You're lucky about that.
so
You'll
Agnar
be back.
Agnar at the
We're gonna drag you back here.
at the back of the group, he's just you can hear him just sigh from the back of the group. And that's about it. That's about it. You're gonna get out of Agnar. As the priest is reading through this tome, he's flipping through. You see him dog ear a couple of pages as he flips through, and immediately looking back at looking at the pendant that's hanging in front of him, he then looks down at the page in front of him, looks back up, and then dog ears that as well. All right.
Yo, that's
If
so bad for
you
the
lot
books.
would please step around the lectern and join me in reading this tome together.
Get around.
From what you've from what you've described to me, there are a few possible solutions, though there is one that stands out amongst the most about what happened with your friend there. But I will need at least one more piece of information if you would help me. When your friend came under the control of this other being, perchance, did this other being relent peacefully from the control, or was it violently? Did one of you try to expel the being from him?
He kind of was like, he's pretty peaceful. Like he was definitely threatening, but
Well, no, he left of his own free will.
yeah.
That's the thing. None of us could have exercised it if we wanted to.
I see. So that completely nullifies the other two choices. This is as he reaches back through the book and tries to unflip the dog ears that he's made on each of those pages. And then he turns to the page that he had looked up to and from previously as he looks to the rest of the group. The last and only solution I could think of malaises of the soul that are afflicting your friend is what is referred to as a soul leash.
Does this soul leash have a lingering effect, or is it generally one single event?
So, a soul. Let me give you a little bit of background. A soul tether is a link between two beings that is a peaceful coexistence. There is such a thing as a soul leech, which is another being existing and thriving off of another person's soul and eating off of it until it's just withered away to nothing. There are such things as soul leashes, which means that a more powerful entity has seized control of the soul of the other being with permanence.
I'm gonna slowly lift up my hammer and just be like, so we gotta deal with Caldez.
Man, Caldez is really lucky that Caldez isn't here. I'm going to.
So wait.
actually
You're lifting your hammer with one hand?
Yeah, just like from by the head, not like from the end of it or anything like that. Just like slowly like lifting it up, just like it slowly rises
As you-
into the field of vision.
Yes, as you let go of the other half of the tongs in order to make this display.
Oh,
my
shoot! I
God!
forgot I was doing that. No, wait, hold on. I forgot I was doing that.
And it goes.
Wait, what did you do?
Ah, no!
He just dropped the amulet for a bit.
I forgot that I was holding the
Oh, man.
amulet.
Aldian, go do push-ups with the novice.
Ah,
Oh,
fine.
goodness. Baby, why?
Storm out of the room to go do push-ups with the novice.
You see-
I'll
you
take
see the
tongs
priest-
and I'll-
You see it's the priest. He shakes his head and he goes, to further elaborate on the soul leash. It takes
No.
a vastly powerful being in order to maintain this leash. Now, it does not need to be a deity or anything demonic. It could be an ordinary person, even, that could maintain that leash. But all of those three could potentially establish the sole leash, which means that at any moment in time, your friend may come under the auspices of this other being whenever it becomes beneficial to them.
I'm just gonna yell from the other room because I can still hear everything. Just be like, "See!"
Now, it does not mean that you need to spite your friend because of it. It does not mean that you need to afflict them because of it, because you could potentially trigger a defense by this other being or push them into their hand if they haven't already.
Well, first I'll say that friend is a strong word, but that was really funny. I heard your laugh really quietly because it didn't come through your mic audience, so it was just like you were in the other room.
Yeah.
So what sorts of what can we do about it? What can be done about it?
Well, I would say you could visit a priest or priest because they are so knowledgeable in such matters and because it is specifically coming from an amulet of Tiamat. I would assume some sort of influence or influencer of Tiamat is doing this to your friend. The best way that I could say this needs to be resolved is to visit a priest or priestess of Bahamut.
Okay. Do
They
does
would
Baldur's
they
Gate
would be
have-
the most they would be the most
Um,
knowledgeable in these affairs, and unfortunately, there is nobody of such manner here.
Where is the nearest temple of Bahamut?
There was a temple, well, there was a temple of Bahamut here at one point in time, but with the attack on the gate, the temple was destroyed in the process, and unfortunately, the priest was killed. His acolyte took whatever followers he had with him and they left, so there are scarce or scant any dragonborn that follow Bahamut left here in Baldur's Gate. They have all gone northward to Waterdeep.
Thank you. And I'm going.
It is my absolute pleasure.
So I'm going to shake his hand before grabbing the tongs and putting the amulet back into my pack.
Okay.
Actually, wait. Before I do that, I'm going to ask him if there's any containers he has that I could safely store the amulet in.
I believe. Well, we do have containers for such things in case any adventurer comes across a cursed item of sorts, which I would categorize this as cursed, wouldn't you?
More than curse.
Oh, acolyte! And amidst the huffing and puffing, you hear him go, "Yes? You could stop your push-ups. Oh, praise Torm.
Coward.
Acolyte." Wait, you're right next to him, right?
Yeah, I'm still doing push-ups.
I
And he-
imagine,
he
like,
Coward
he's
or
doing-
wimp?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm back
But-
now. I'm back online now. So, all right. So repeat what you wanted to have said about the whole push-up
Yeah,
thing.
there we go.
Make a strength check just to see what you're doing.
Okay. All right. I swear, if this is my one low roll, I'm gonna be so upset. All right. That's saving
You just roll a
throw.
nat one, you just blow out your peck.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my gosh.
All right, strength. Let's go.
Yeah, with a 14, you're easily cranking out push-ups. You were moving quite a bit faster than this acolyte, who was shaking at the arms, just at his 10th down. But you were about at 39 or so when he finally stands up and sticks his tongue out. And as he walks by with the 14, you can potentially trip him up if you want to.
No, I'll be polite. I'm in a church
Okay.
after all.
Gonna be polite to the acolyte, even after he stuck out his tongue and was very untormly towards you. He
Nah, it's
then
fine. He'll
walks
get
over to
punished
the
later.
table. As he stands up, you hear the priest yell, "Please retrieve a jar of sealing, please." Yes, sir. And he walks over to the closest table. See him search around, move a couple of glass jars aside, and pulls this almost
do you put the
vase-like
sealing
looking
into a jar?
container.
I had the same thought, Caldes. I was.
As
One
he-
whole
they're gonna have a
ceiling?
jar of
As he-
floor. They're gonna have a
Yeah.
jar of flooring next.
As he walks, oh my gosh. Anywho, as he takes the jar out with him, he brings it, like holds it out towards the priest, and the priest holds it in hand. It's this cork-like seal on the top, but as you see him remove the cork, you see a series of runes flicker across the entirety of the jar. As he then points it towards you. Please, if you would.
Then I take the amulet within the tongs and I put it inside of the jar.
Takes the cork, puts it on top. You see him close his eyes over the jar, and you hear him whisper what you could imagine is a prayer. And as he does so, you see the runes flicker again over the jar. And as he hands it out, who's going to be taking the jar from his hand?
Am I streaming for you? Okay.
I'll just be taking the jar back from his hand.
All right, so you can add a jar of sealing into your inventory.
It's really tempting to spell it C-E-I.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Anywho, as after he does so, he then turns to the rest of the group and says, "Is there anything that you would need to?" And as he continues his statement, he pauses as he stares at Agnar at the back of the group.
Oh.
Wait a second. Boy. As he walks around the podium, he kind of forgets that you guys are even right there as he kind of like moves like slowly, like moves right past you.
No, I did.
Agnar kind of takes
Thank
a
you.
step
I
back or
appreciate it.
two from the priest. He's
Yeah.
like, what,
It went
what are you, okay, what are you, hi. And the priest, squinting through his
weird.
spectacles, he looks at him and says, "You're Agnar, are you not?"
It's fine. It's all good.
Which Agnar, he's a little
Yeah, he has to
surprised.
restart it.
Little surprised. Is like, how do you? And the priest says, "When you have the chance, son, there's somebody who has a message for you. Message that I've written down specifically. We need to talk. You and I. We have not met face to face before, but it is very rare for Torm to give visions. And I have seen a vision involving you, name and face. Do you know that I have not
Yeah, mine's doing that
received
too. I don't know what it is.
such a vision
I think it's a problem with Twitch. Twitch has been really
in
weird
nearly
recently.
50 years? Come back when you have the chance."
Yeah, mine did it a few minutes
He
ago.
says
when
as he
it had
turns to the
sound.
rest of the group and is there anything else you would like to discuss at this point in time?
Yeah, I don't know, dear.
Not that I can think of. If there's anything else that we...
Yo,
may
Hales
have-
Hive, welcome in.
We'll come back to you.
Thank
and would
you.
you still like to speak with Caldes, our friend who has been afflicted by this leash, potentially?
I would like to speak with him at some point in time. Right now, I do have to speak with my acolyte as we try to restructure the library once again.
Well, maybe in the future, him and Agnar can come back and talk to you,
Indeed.
since you seem to need to talk with both of them. Thank you, sir. And I outstretch my hand again to shake his hand.
It's my pleasure. All of you, fare thee well, and more importantly, stay safe. These streets are becoming darker and darker by the day. As if the attack on our city 1 year ago wasn't enough. Now this blasted trial.
Thank you, sir. Blessings upon you.
And as you say that, you happen to see a small group of people enter in. You see some people wiping tears from their eyes as they gather around the statues of Torm and Tyr. Some of them falling to their knees, and some of them falling flat on their stomach. One person in particular has a couple of bruises on their face.
I quickly, so I look, obviously I see them walk through the door. I look back at, I'm sorry, what was his name again?
The priest?
The priest.
He didn't exactly specify his name.
Oh, he didn't actually share his name. Okay.
No.
Well, I was gonna look back and just, is this a regular group that you get?
And
Kinda
the
like
priest would
motioning
look
towards
up
the new group.
as he closes the book on the soul of Malaises of the Soul. He looks up at the group coming in and shakes his head as he looks down at the lectern before him. More and more people continue to divide into their tribes. You're either for or against, pro or anti. The city has become so polemicized, so politicized. Yes, it is regular to see this happen. People have now taken to fisticuffs of all things.
When have they not?
To be honest, it has only happened in small doses before this, but in more recent days it has taken a more focused approach. I even had to break up one scuffle at one point in time. My acolyte himself almost was injured. We need justice in this city. We need freedom. And peace. Peace above all.
Agreed. Aldian, did you say that you wanted to go check out, find where you could get your weapon enchanted? This is
Yeah,
a
that'd be
character, by the
great.
way, 'cause I assume you've talked about that.
We don't need freedom. We need more Caldes.
We
I would assume that Caldas is probably going to be
Galapagos.
walking by pretty soon. Since he'll be
gonna
going.
to that place.
Yeah, he'll be going to roughly the same area that I am.
You can go handle that. I'm going to stay here and I'm going to attend to this crowd of people who appear to have been in a fight.
All right, sounds great then. Come on, kitty.
So, Agnar is left in a little bit of a.
Why did
a
that
little
have
bit of
the
a
same
stupor.
energy as you going?
But
But alright, I'll follow you anywhere.
He's just and he's like snapping his fingers.
Yeah, oh,
Agnar's.
I wouldn't mind, but if he snapped his fingers at me, oof, I'm gonna make him do push-ups for sure.
Agnar's looking between the rest of the group and everyone else, and seeing that he's not very well versed in medical practices, he just follows the both of you out as he looks
Alright.
between the priest and the doorway.
Got it.
I'm going to use this time quickly to go to the bathroom.
All right.
So I will just catch up with them whenever I can.
All right.
Alright.
And as you leave the temple, you would relay the information of like where specifically you'd be going to Gavitas.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I
So
didn't
with
even think
Gavi-
about that. So does Does he know where he's looking? They're both
It-
going
it-
to
it-
what Sorcerer Sundries?
Yes.
Which was in, if I remember. Wait, am I muted? I can't remember.
No, you're
Yeah,
good.
no, I'm not muted.
You're not muted.
If
You're
I
good.
You're good.
remember correctly, that was in Heapside, right? Or no? Where was it?
That's in Heapside, yeah.
That's what. Hey, I remembered something.
Yay!
Yay. Aldian and Fate, you'll be traveling with a very silent Agno, now even more silent than ever, wondering what just happened as you travel to Sorceress Sundries.
Okay.
Move the token this way.
Oh yeah, here it is.
Make
right
your way
here.
into up. Not trying to grab the name. No, I'm trying to grab the ampersand logo. There we go. So you travel your way over to Sorcerer's Sundries, and as you enter inside, it is a magical sight to behold. And to fit that,
There's a call
Something
list
to
there,
a
I'm
more-
assuming.
to a more arcane noise.
Is there a call list there? I hope there's a call list there.
I mean, what I would need for you to do is, well, you're actually looking for a smithy. You said you were looking for a smithy who could potentially
Oh, okay.
fuse your quarterstaff
I
and
thought you
your
said this is
wand
where
of
I had
magic
to go,
missile.
though, for it.
No.
If you
Said
want
if
to take
you
care of
find a smithy.
Caldus's like story
Okay.
first, then that's fine. He's
That's-
been
I
waiting
just-
very patiently, so
Where would I have gone then?
So to you actually, what I would need you to do is I would need you to roll a roll a d20.
Roll a d20.
Yes.
Oh, just okay. Just roll a d20. Okay.
Yep.
Just
Roll a
the regular
d20.
one.
I gotta roll a d20. Yep.
ooh.
With a 14, as you tour about town apart from the rest of the group, you happen to see similar sights across town that the others may have stumbled across, including a few others. Some people crowding around newsstands around the Baldur's Mouth Gazette, those selling letters specifically from that, newsletters from the Tomes of Truth, all across town as people are flocking around to get their source of news. You stroll about town, you ask people here and there, where specifically. Sazzy mentioned, or I believe it was Sazzy who mentioned, that there was a smith by the name of Damon. Or actually, no, it was Sean who mentioned of a smith back in Baldur's Gate. As well as a few other people mentioned there was a smith by the name of Damon, who could potentially, may still be here in the gate to potentially put your quarterstaff together. And as you visit various smithies around town, you receive a no response from each person as they shake their head as to where specifically.
With his stream again.
Okay.
Doing.
You
One
said
sec, sorry,
sorry, what was it? What role?
Roll a dexterity check to see if you guys pass by each other. If you both land within, let's say, if you both land within 3 points of each other, you pass by each other. Noticeably. Otherwise, you miss
dexterity
each
check?
other. Yeah, just a dexterity check. Because about at this point
Yay!
in time, so you guys do happen to pass by each other, and share like a wave and a glance. And during this brief exchange, would you tell each other where you're going or where you've been?
Yeah, I can.
Sure.
He'll probably ask, so he'll be like, "So where are you two headed off to? Weren't you going to the church?"
We're gonna go get. We're gonna go look at weapon enchantments. We just finished up at the church. Turns out you have a soul leash on you, and you'll need to go over to the church to see if they can fix that for you.
Soul
Bad luck.
leash. Would I know about that from my little bits of studying? You think? I know
Roll
what a soul leash is.
roll an intelligence. Actually, no. Roll an Arcana check.
Womp womp.
Oh
With a
no!
No.
Specialty. Your specialty was not in the matters or malaises of the soul. So that's completely
Okay.
out of like. Yeah.
Okay. So I guess he's gonna just be like, "That's not something I've heard of. You'll have to explain it to me later. But, while you're at Sorcerer's Sundries, ask if they have a bag of holding, because I'm also looking for one of those."
I'm sorry. Ask for what?
He's having so many problems with Twitch right
we
now.
can
I'm
stop
so
sharing
sorry.
chat if that you
Yeah,
think
I
that would
did.
help. Okay, because that might. I mean, yeah. Let's end stream together. Yeah, because, yeah. Coldez asked, if you could check if Sorcerer Sundries had a bag of holding, or, any other magical item that could maybe help with, that you think that a wizard like myself, preferably something that makes me less squishy, would find useful.
Sure. I'll ask around. We actually have a bag of holding though.
No,
Yes.
we don't. We were
Yeah.
supposed
No,
to.
we do.
But...
We do. We got it
No,
back.
I do
no,
now.
We
we
got
do
it
have a bag
back?
of holding.
Okay, good.
Yes.
All right.
Well, not
good,
not
good,
not.
good.
You didn't get it back. You found
You
it
got a
in
new
Red
one.
Jaw's lair.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
Coldez
good,
doesn't
good,
have
good,
one, though.
good. Okay.
That's the thing.
And it's called Sorceress Sundries?
That's where we're going.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
So as Caldez, as you go up the street, pass by Aldian and Fate, you are able to find what is forge called 9 Layers Forge, and yeah, it's just 9 layers forge.
Okay.
Basically in reference to the 9 layers of hell.
Oh. Okay.
Yes.
I thought it was about folding metal.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna like fold the blades,
As
katana
you-
style. That's
As
cool.
you walk up,
Double
to
entendre.
the forge, you happen to hear somebody ting, 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 furiously hitting on some piece of metal with a hammer.
Okay.
He's hitting on the
As
metal.
he's,
As long as
walking
it's
up,
consensual.
Hey, Steel, come here often.
Oh my gosh!
I don't understand that reference.
He
gosh.
was hitting on the steel, so I was like making
Oh,
a joke like
no.
he's hitting on
Forgive
it.
me.
Like
My gosh!
Gotcha. I see.
it was dumb. It's not your fault. It was
Ah,
all on me.
No, you're good.
It's fine. My chat bonked me for making a
Not
dumb
the
joke.
dumbest.
Yo, silly Jello, welcome
Alrighty.
in.
Yeah, so then Caldes is going to, is it like an outdoor smithy or an indoor? Because,
It's outdoor.
okay, do I see this person then? What they look like?
Yes, you see them hammering away at the forge and tink, tink. What do you do?
Okay, are they a human? What are they? Can I tell?
They're heavily clothed with an apron and everything on them. You don't happen to see a tail sticking out from the back, so that decreases any sort of variancy on who or what exactly it could be. You do happen to see 2 pointed ears sticking out from each side of the helmet.
Ah, I see. Alrighty. So he's going to walk up to where the most likely either barrier or whatever would be separating the forge from the main area. And he's just going to kind of wait for a moment. Is he gonna he's gonna watch for a little bit and
So this
I don't
actually
wanna
it's a little
interrupt him.
bit it's a little bit elevated the way that this forge is built. So in other words, there's a street level and there's a set of stairs that leads up to where this outside forge area is.
Okay, well, he's just gonna go up the stairs then, but he'll probably just end up standing there until, like, maybe he turns around or he's done hammering the thing that he was doing.
Okay. You're just gonna stand there and wait?
I think, or when he gets to a break or a stopping point, he'll interject.
Just hear it. Ching,
9 hours later.
ching,
Yeah, right.
Ching.
We're working on it.
and you see them put the hammer down, and as they lift their
Hammer
mask up,
down.
as they lift their mask up, you actually hear a feminine voice say, "I can't believe it. Why is this? It's still not bending properly."
Okay.
Hello there.
No problem. No, it was funny. I just didn't know if you knew you
And
were.
as you say that, the person they look to their left and their right is like stick their pinky inside their ear, almost like kind of just like cleaning out their ears, just like, huh, what is that?
I'm over here.
Um, I'll need you to let's see. I'll need you to roll a. Oh, man, I'm trying to think of what to do. Where's my cursor? Let's say because I'm trying to determine like volume of speech. So are you speaking like calmly or are you speaking loudly?
Loud enough that I think that she would be able to hear me.
And you see this woman. She turns around and she goes, "Blah! Where did you come from?"
The stairs.
Well, okay, obviously. I'm
So
sorry.
when a
I
mommy
just-
wizard and a daddy wizard love each other very much.
Bruh.
Oh my gosh.
You think they can
So
feel
she-
love? Oh, naive
Oh.
Aldian.
What? But
Bruh.
as she
Don't
turns
love.
around, and sees you there, and she just face palms. It goes, "I'm sorry. I've been out here trying to manage this place. It's not that easy."
Well, you don't exactly look like the man that I came to find.
Well,
You're like-
yeah, she says as she like she takes both of her hands and waves down her body to show, yeah, exactly.
Like I was saying, I'm here to find someone.
And she goes, "Oh, who are you looking for in particular? Because if
What
you're
was the
looking
name?
for me, I'm sorry, I'm already taken. Even though I don't have a ring, I'm already taken."
What's the name of the guy?
I need you to roll a
Well, I just want
history
you to.
check or
A history
intelligence check.
We need to make up a whole like different thing for him to roll to avoid being punched.
Okay, so with
The
a
Caldes
nat,
roll.
oh my gosh, yeah, you immediately it's like it's Damon. His name is Damon.
Okay, so basically, okay, as after she says, I'm taken, he's just gonna say, I don't care. I'm looking for Damon.
And she goes, "Oh, well, unfortunately, Master Damon is not here.
Okay, well, I can kind of see that.
Yes, he's not here. So, he and a lot of refugees that fled from El Terrell went back to the city once people mentioned that there was going to be a rebuilding going on, and once we had initiated trade with them, we were sending supplies their way, and people of El Terrell were also giving us supplies to help rebuild that we couldn't find around here. So Damon went back to help rebuild El Terrell.
I see. That figures.
He also mentioned about using some of the infernal iron that he got from the hero of the gate in order to try and make an magical forge.
Oh, is that so? So where would
Yeah.
he be making this forge?
Well, he'd be making it in El Terrell, obviously. I just told you that, didn't I?
You told me he was repairing it, but you never told me specifically where he was making the forge. That doesn't matter. But thank you for your help. Do you think that he's ever going to be coming back here, perchance?
And she scratches the side of her head and goes, "No, I don't think he will. He mentioned that El Terrell was his home. He told me to make this place my home, to apply the skills that he taught me, so sign out there is still very similar to how he put it, but it's going to change names soon."
Yeah, you probably want to do that to further avoid confusion. Alrighty, well, that is all I need from you. Thank you for being a little helpful. I'm going to be heading out now. I appreciate your help, though, nonetheless.
I'm really
And,
sad that I didn't go with Caldes.
Caldes is gonna get us all murdered in our sleep. Like,
And he's then going to say, I actually do greatly appreciate it. And he's just gonna take a... He's gonna... I don't have any copper. Darn. I don't have any silver either. Man, why do I only have gold? Why do I only have gold? That's a good question. I need to freaking take some of this.
We haven't
and
been to
break
the
it down.
bank yet.
I haven't.
That's
Yeah.
all this is. You're speaking that out loud.
Well, I mean,
that is
she
perfect
does have a
content.
shop, right? She could probably give you change.
Could you give me change
Probably.
for 200 gold?
200 gold. Holy crap.
One, surely.
Bro.
Give
Yeah,
me
I
a
think
bank.
he's gonna actually ask. He's like, actually, there is one thing that I could ask while I'm here. Could you give me some silver for these 2 pieces of gold here?
And silver?
Yes.
Sure. And she says, as she takes your gold, she says, "Wait for just a moment. I'll be right back." She walks into the door.
She can bring
off
back
to the
silver
side
bars.
into the shop, and she will
Give me
exchange.
like a silver ingot.
Oh yeah.
she'll, like,
oh.
She will exchange the gold coins that you gave her for, I believe the exchange rate. Wait a minute.
It's 10 and 10.
Oh, gosh.
So 10 coppers, 1 silver. 10 silver is 1 gold.
That's probably
So you get-
if
yes,
you're nice
you'll
to
get-
the person you're
yes,
asking.
you'll get 20. So you will remove. Okay, you said 2 gold, so you will remove 2 gold from your inventory, and you will add 10, or actually 20 silver pieces to your
I
inventory.
did that. Yeah.
Yes.
And he's gonna say, thank you. Oh, by the way, I also had another question. He's gonna pull and reach into his bag, and he's going to pull out the 2 bars of gold that he acquired from the place. He's gonna ask, so, do you think that I'd be able to sell these here? What would they be worth to you? Or exchange them for gold?
And she looks at the bars and goes, I mean, she's just staring at the gold as it's glistening in the sunlight and goes, oh, sorry, lost in train of thought. You could go to the counting house and have that exchanged for gold.
I see. Thank you. Alright, well, I appreciate it. You actually have been genuinely helpful, so I appreciate all of your help. And he's gonna just, give her, 2 pieces of silver, and he's just gonna put them, like, on the anvil. And he's gonna say, well, farewell, better change that sign sooner than later. Don't want to get other people, a little bit disappointed. I'll see you, maybe,
Caldes?
never. What?
Oh, well, never mind. Since you said that, never mind. Keep
What?
walking. Never mind.
Bruh.
Lost your shot, buddy.
Mr.
Blew
Foot
it.
and Mouth, never mind.
Yep.
You just
Boy,
killed that.
Caldez is a real hit with the ladies.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Well, yeah, he is a hit.
Yeah.
1d4.
Oh my gosh! All right. So, anyways, yeah, you just walked right out of that door. Never mind. Anywho,
Bruh.
so where are you
Why
going
would Caldez
next?
go after a taken woman? That would be
I know,
weird.
that's what, he's not even bro, she said, I'm taken, so, like, he didn't even think anything anyways.
It
He's
might
like,
not
whatever.
have even been that. It just might have been like, hey, he actually was nice that time. I'll tell him more useful information. Like, but too
Yeah,
late
I would've-
now.
I would have said roll a charisma check, but you kind of slammed that door shut with that pile. of weed,
Yep.
so.
Caldez
Yep.
charisma.
I would cast
Oh, that's
no
okay. My
maidens on
charisma's-
thee,
it's okay.
but I
My-
see
my
another
charisma's
wizard
a-
beat me to it.
Yeah, don't worry, my charisma's a -1. That wouldn't have really bothered me. Help yourself.
Really, it is. I'm shocked.
You know what? No, wait. Actually, no. You know what? Just for poops and giggles, roll a charisma check.
Oh no.
Oh
Alright,
boy.
Let's see if the soon move at the end of that actually.
how's it say? What's the same thing?
It's a
Let's say
14.
14. With the 14, you see her reach over and grab the silver, and see what's your passive perception?
My passive perception,
Probably like 13, right?
my passive perception, how would I figure that out?
It's on your character sheet.
It's scroll
13.
down. Oh, I'm
So with a with a 13, you would see her take the 2 silver pieces and put them in her coin purse. But as you turn to walk away, she takes a glance at you as she walks back to the forge.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay, and he's just gonna.
Wait, is she a human?
She seems
She's
like
an
an elf
elf.
of some sort. Yeah.
Oh, she's
These
an elf.
Smiths
Oh,
She's an elf.
Ooh. That's Caldez's type, isn't it?
I mean, literally his type. Like, if you mean race, then yes.
I mean the only type he date.
Bruh.
All right, so
Well, alrighty. As Caldez is just gonna exit, he's gonna actually start making his way to Sorcerer Sundries, and he's not going to really think much about that encounter.
He's actively forgetting it.
Well, he's just like he noticed her looking, and he's gonna it's in the back of his head, but he doesn't really think too much about it.
No woman has ever
It's gonna
flirted
keep-
with
it's gonna
Caldez, so
keep him
why
up
would he
at
think?
night.
Why would
Oh,
he?
yes, it'll
Why would he? Why would he assume?
He's gonna wake up in a cold sweat tonight. He's like, oh no!
The peasant from the market. He didn't
My
pay his
man's
check.
always been working, bro.
He's
But,
always yeah.
So he's gonna. This is like the first time where he's out doing other things for the once
Yeah,
in his
straight
life.
out of the tower, dude. He's on what is it? What is the Amish thing? Rumspringer?
Yeah. Rumspringer.
Amish-
Wizard
with the Amish
Rumspringer.
lead. Is it?
So
Yeah,
yeah, he's
Rumspringer.
Okay.
he's gonna actually go to Sorcerer's Sundry, and that's where he's gonna be headed back to because he wanted to see what they had as well.
Caldez walking out in the daylight, just be like, "Yo, what's that big ball of light in the sky?" That, sir, is
Bro,
called the
that's pretty
sun.
lit.
Yo, this sun lit. All right. So we're at Sorcerer Sundries then.
correct. You are all now, well, not all of you, but the three of you are gathered at Sorcerer Sundries.
Got it. Cool.
Cool.
Awesome.
Actually, with Agnar, that'd be four of you.
Got it. Yeah.
He's so silent, I forget he exists.
Man,
All right.
dude.
Wait, are you saying that with Agnar right there?
No, I'm saying that as like an actual player.
Okay, okay.
Mhm.
I was about to say, I was gonna make
OOC.
Agnar potentially. Maybe
I was about to
Agnar
say, you're
gets a
about to
turn to
collect
punch you.
another. Yeah, you're collecting another punch.
He
Hey,
collects
man.
punches from each of us.
You got like a stamp book.
He's got a punch card.
Damn.
A punch card.
A punch port instead of a passport.
Oh man.
Instead of Punch
Uh.
Buggy, it's Punch Caldez.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Bro,
Bro, why me?
Real quick. I've been thinking about for streams making like a bingo card
Mm.
for like
Oh, that's
basically
funny.
generic things that happen, and we should have punch Caldez. Caldez gets punched. Be the free space.
Yes.
Space.
Do it. I would
Free
play.
space. It's already fucking fine.
It nearly happened a third
Uh,
time. Amelia nearly
It's
punched you in the
almost been
session you
3
were gone
sessions in a
from.
row.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
actually, I think honestly, I'm the only one that hasn't punched you yet. And
Wait,
if
Amelia
it weren't
punched
for
me?
that, do what?
Wait, did
Amelia
Amelia
punched
punch him?
I think she did. Yeah.
Was
No,
it
I think she
Caldez?
came very close to.
Oh.
She came very
Oh,
close. to it.
okay. Well,
She has
okay. So
restraint?
then Amelia and I
Yes.
are the only ones that haven't punched you yet. So
I
like,
don't think
Was-
I've
was
been
she
punched
drinking
by
at
one
the
yet.
but the not the last one, but the one before where the guide was being sexist. Like I was about to punch you until that guy was sexist, and so you very
Oh, yeah,
narrowly
Sassy-
avoided it last time.
Sassy made some remark of women being a ball of emotion.
It was Sassy. I thought it was the
it was
No, it was
it was
Zazzy.
Sassy.
No, it
It
was
was
Sassy.
Sassy.
Yeah,
I mentioned it.
Sassy.
He hobbled
I'm
away.
disappointed
And
in
he
him.
Man,
hobbled
too
away.
bad I wasn't
hobble,
there.
hobble.
You would have really showed
And he
him.
hobbled away. Hobble, hobble.
Oh no,
to
I
the
would have
very-
agreed.
No, no.
That would have
my
gotten you
God.
punched.
No,
Yeah, I would like to
talking
punch him
about
now.
punching
Then. I'll
No,
take my
no.
turn now.
Sorry, I guess I
Uh,
should have said
alright,
Caldez would have
alright.
agreed.
We're Sorcerer
Um,
Sundries. We're at Sorcerer Sundries.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna walk through the door into the shop.
As you
And I
walk into the
guess-
shop, you happen to. Yes.
I was gonna
Did I
say
get
I'm
the-
just gonna arrive a bit after them, so just
Yes.
for roleplay sake, I'm not
The
there
theater
yet.
of the mind,
Yes.
That's
yeah.
where
And
I'm
as
headed.
you walk up to Sorcerer Sundries, you see this massive domed building. It is completely beautiful by the looks of it. It has these painted glass windows up and down to painting wizards casting various spells and whatnot. And standing on each side of the door, you see suits of animated armor standing at attention with a shield in one arm and a sword at their side. And as you two enter towards the door, they salute you as you walk up to the door and remove their salute as it goes back to their sides.
As we pass by, I'm just gonna go, at ease.
And they wouldn't do anything.
Aww.
As you walk into the doorway to your left, you happen to see a huge assortment of all sorts of displays of magic going on around you. To your left, you see various creatures that have been summoned forth by wizards as they examine their summons. And you see someone walking around with a clipboard examining each and pointing to each of the features of the creature that they summoned and pointing out, basically giving them help and hints on what they could do when best summoning. Off to your right, you happen to see one person firing off a staff at a target dummy right in front of them.
I think I misheard you. Did you say eye wizards?
No.
Okay, I was like, what are eye
No.
wizards?
No,
they're the people
you
that
see,
make
you see several
glasses.
wizards.
Oh, I was gonna say they make phones, but
Oh, that's funny too. Those were
Oh
both
wow.
neat.
Oh wow.
Excellent.
Yeah, the guy who runs that business is called Elminster Jobs.
yeah. I think
Anywho.
I think he just stole all of his spells from Grandmaster Wozniak, but that's just me.
Dude,
That's
as
funny.
you walk further into the room, you happen to see another suit of animated armor that walks up to the two of you and actually begins to speak and says, "Hello, welcome to Sorceress Sundries. How may I be of service?"
Well, I was hoping to find someone who could enchant my hammer.
Ah, enchantments. That we could aid and assist with. Please go towards the kiosk and speak with the representative.
Yo, this place fancy. They got a kiosk.
Yes.
All right.
Looking straight beyond. Yes.
Yep.
Is
I was
this
just
the
gonna say I
AI,
approached the
like,
kiosk.
ordering Thing? You should
So, yes,
order 10,000 cups of water to make
Oh my gosh.
talk to you.
There is at this kiosk in front of you. You see three other desks. This uniform desk that is huge and circular, and you see a small surface area that's used to hold objects that are brought forth onto the table in front of you. But all around this kiosk, you could see several images of the same person being projected around this kiosk and speaking to various individuals. One person, you could see them talking back and forth about this pointed hat that they have sitting in front of them and over the details of it. Off to your right, you see another group of people talking about this scroll that this person has just sat in front of them and is conversing back and forth. And right before you appears, poof, another apparition, another projection of this specific individual. And let me describe what you see before you. Before you is a translucent image of what appears to be a tiefling in a wizard's robe. This tiefling happens to have shoulder-length hair that goes just about, like, as I said, to his shoulders. Seems to be very dark in its features with a fiery look in his eyes, tinged red skin as he looks at you with horns upon his head. He looks at you with a smile on his face and says, "Oh, hello. Welcome to Sorceress Sundries. My name is Roland. How may I help you?"
I'm gonna do a small little bow. Greetings. I'm Aldian. I come to your store to potentially get my hammer enchanted.
Ah, yes. You wish to have your hammer enchanted. May I see the weapon, please?
Sure. And then I take out my hammer and I'm going to gently place it on the table in front of him.
To your surprise, this translucent image is able to pick up the hammer with both of his hands, and as he examines it with his eyes, you happen to see a brief glow go over his eyes as he looks over the object and then places it slowly back onto the table in front of you. Yes. So, what enchantment specifically are you looking to put upon this hammer?
Well, I'm wanting to place some sort of enchantment that would give it the element of ice.
So you wish to freeze your opponents as you whack them over the face?
That would be great. Or freeze them as my hammer collides with them so they shatter.
I see. So for enchanting services, they do not come cheaply here, even at Sorcerer's Sundries. Our enchanting services for a weapon of this variety, for smaller weapons, it would be 1,000 gold. For medium-sized weapons, it would be 2,000 gold pieces. For this great hammer right here, it would be 4,000 gold pieces for the enchantment.
Okay. I understand. I appreciate your time. Would there be anything else that I could do to maybe potentially beef up some of my damage? That would be more in my price range. I have 200 gold.
Would there be? We did kind of take care of some unsafeness on the roads recently. Would there be any kind of potential discount for that? Safer roads
And
means safer trade.
Roland scratches at this projection scratches at his chin, and he goes, "I'm sorry, we do not offer discounts here, except for those who serve our fair city."
I mean, we kind of did though.
We do
Like, we
serve
made
the city technically. I mean,
Yeah.
we
We actually just made a whole guild and everything. Like we're all about saving this place.
Wait, you mentioned of a guild.
yes.
Yeah.
Let me look through the registrar. What is your guild's name, by chance?
The Merciful Misfits.
Merciful Misfits. Immediately, you see him pull up like a translucent scroll appears right next to him, and you see names scroll all up this scroll faster than your eyes can keep track. As you see the image looking up and down at all the various names, and just like that, he snaps his fingers. The scroll disappears, and you see him with a slight frown on his face as he shakes his head. "I'm sorry, but your name does not appear on the registrar of guilds for Baldur's Gate."
Oh, we are a bit new. That might be why.
I see. Until you are able to register yourselves, I cannot give you any sort of guild rate here with the Sorcerer's Sundry.
Okay.
Hey, thank you for
Understood.
letting us
I
know.
appreciate it. Thank you. Do you have what was that thing that Caldez was looking for?
A bag of holding or anything that might help our wizard friend be less squishy.
If you are looking for an average bag of holding, the average bag of holding costs exactly 500 gold pieces.
Bruh.
Yes. Now, if you're wanting to have a little bit more of an entertaining time, we do have an animated bag of holding, such as Bob right here. And he says as he snaps his fingers, there's this bag of holding that appears in his right hand, and as it does so, the stitches on the bag begin to open up and words form. "Yes, my name is Bob."
Icy pants,
Hi,
mate. I think it's time you
Bob.
drink some water.
You see
How-
the buttons on it actually look over towards you, Fate, as you say its name, and the stitched eyebrows of its eyes furrow. "Yes, my name is Bob."
You are quite lovely and well made. And it's nice to meet you.
You were asking something, sir?
No, I was how much is Bob?
Bob is, of course, not an ordinary bag of holding. He is an animated bag of holding. He a total of 2,500 gold pieces.
Got it. Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate your time. And I appreciate the information. So, thank you so much. And we will be on our way then.
So,
All right. Thank you.
speaking as a just me, Kitty, just so you guys know, we do have 385 gold pooled from everybody still after we divvied up, everything. We could get one, but it would set us back quite a bit
No.
because I think he said it was what 200.
What for the no 500 for the bag of holding?
Oh, five. Oh, never mind. We can't afford it.
Yeah.
Goodbye. My bad.
All right. So then I guess we'll leave sorcery sundries or
Or, well, I'm
Sorcerer's
assuming I would have gotten there by now.
Yes, as Aldian and Fate are walking out, Calda, as you are walking towards the front entrance, and the two suits of animated armor would salute you as you walk up towards the front door.
Okay, as they do that, he'll just look at them, give them a glance, and just start entering.
All right. You would walk in as they're walking out, so you would cross paths with Fate and Aldian.
Oh, okay.
Agnar.
He's gonna stop and be like, "Oh, did you find out any of the things that I requested?"
No luck at
yeah,
all. They are
it's-
very overpriced, unfortunately.
it is pretty expensive.
Sorry about that.
We don't
So
have the gold for it.
Nothing that would even help me in battle.
No,
He
not
didn't
that
mention
said.
anything.
Oh.
Well, that's
Well-
because you didn't ask.
I asked.
yes,
I
you
did
did.
ask. I said, would
did
anything that our wizard would be able to use to
Less
survive more
squishy.
because he's squishy.
I
minute.
specifically said less squishy.
Squishy. Oh, I just went over the bags of holding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could turn back and ask him.
D-Rex, that's funny.
Okay. Hey, by the way, I asked earlier if you had anything that would potentially help our wizard be able to
Not die.
withstand some damage. Do you have anything like that?
You have several things, such as if you, it depends on what you're looking for. Are you looking for a robe? Are you looking for a hat? Are you looking for an amulet?
Let's say that our friend here decided to
he's-
open
yeah,
his
he's
mouth and
here now.
sass a troll, and the troll was like, "I'm gonna punch that guy."
What do you think would help the most with the result of that?
Not with the punching, but with the
It's-
surviving the punch.
With withstanding the punching, yes.
So, let me go through the assortments that we have here at Sorcerer Sundries. We have various objects that you could peruse through. Some are not so easy to find, some are a little bit easier to find. Let me.
Really quickly, I just wanted to ask about this because it was from one of the it's not episodes, help. One of the sessions that I missed. I have something called Staff of Bird Calls. I was sick
Yes.
that day. What exactly is that like? What does that do?
So the staff,
And is
staff
that
of bird
something
calling
I could get enchanted?
was
It
well. That's
calls
the thing. It's
birds.
already an enchanted item. Yes, it calls birds. It calls
Okay.
10 different birds. Like you can make a crow's call. You can make a hummingbird's, or basically like a calling bird's sound, an eagle's cry, a hawk's shriek.
And then it just
uh,
kind of like summons them.
Yes, you can use that to call
Okay.
them forth.
Can you add more than one enchantment to an object, or is it pretty much like a just one for one?
It's set.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yes. As
Also,
for
thank
protect,
you for whoever gave me that. That's really cool too. I'm super excited about it. Thank you.
would actually have been Zarya. So Zarya, that was the staff that you retrieved from within the
Aw.
treasure trove in Redjaw's lair. You tried to hand it back to Zarya, but Zarya said no, you could keep it. Essentially,
Aw,
she can make
that's
another one.
awesome.
So Roland would go through all the different objects that he has, and he goes, all right. So we have a first object would be a robe of eyes. This is an interesting robe. This robe lets you see in all directions, and enables you to see easier in the dark. You can also see invisible creatures and objects with it, as well as into the ethereal plane within 120 feet around you. That is one
Okay.
particular object. Let me see. We have a robe of. Hang on. Right, let's go here. See here. We do have. If we have that in my inventory here, I believe. We do have a robe. Oh. I actually have it in my possession back at the tower. That would be a robe of the Archmagi, though that is a very, very powerful item. It is an item that would be, more than likely from what you've described to me earlier, out of your price range. It costs 100,000 gold pieces.
Don't make us feel poor, please.
Yeah, that's way out of our price range.
As for other
Keep it.
as for other protective items, we do happen to have such items as a ring of protection. So
Which
a ring
does.
of protection. Ring of protection. Pull it up here. Being a little slow. There we go. All right, so ring of protection is basically it is a ring that looks like a shield that has diamonds encrusted on it on a pattern. Gaming wise, you gain a +1 bonus to AC saving throws while wearing this ring,
A +1,
and a
you
plus
said?
one to a +1 to your AC and a +1 to all saving throws with the ring of protection.
Okay. And is that the only thing that they said within my price range?
That is one item right there.
Okay.
Here. Item right there, and for a ring of protection, that would cost you 500 gold pieces.
I see.
Yes,
Alrighty.
that is a ring of protection. We do also have a cloak of protection in our hands right here. The cloak of protection would cost you 400 gold pieces, and this also has a similar effect. The only thing is it's worn as a cloak instead of a ring.
I see. Alrighty. I appreciate your time, but I think I'm gonna pass for now. I appreciate all of the things and efforts you went through to tell me all these things, but yeah, I think my budget's just a little tight at the moment.
Absolutely, I understand. Thank you for stopping by, Sorcerer Sundry.
Do you have anything for less than 10 gold that would be helpful in any way?
Anything less than 10 gold, I apologize. We have not had those prices since the city has been cut off.
I understand. That makes sense. Do you know of if you don't mind, answering, do you know of anywhere that might be more within our budget that would have items available?
If you're looking for other establishments, the only other establishments you would find is, and I say this jokingly, the black market.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. That's probably out of our budget too, unfortunately. But
Or pawn stores.
okay. Do you know if there's a pawn store nearby?
And to that, Roland would shake his head. Not that I know of off of my knowledge, although I cannot relay such things as that would contradict any selling point here in Sorcerer Sundries. I apologize.
Understandable. I'm sorry, and I hate to ask. Anything that could give us an advantage. You know how it is. Adventuring's not easy.
Indeed.
So, but I appreciate your help so much. Thank you. And I hope that we will cross paths again when we maybe have made more of a name for ourselves.
Indeed.
Thank you so much for the information and your help. You have a fine
Also,
establishment.
if you wish to establish your guild and the guild registrar for the entire city, you would need to approach the administration over at High Rock, or at Wormrock, I mean.
Okay. Thank you so much. I think we
Yes.
should do that. I guess we must have just, you know how it is. We get so caught up, and you just get back from an adventure. All you want to do is have some meal and sleep in a real bed. So we'll get
Yes.
around to that, I'm sure. You said it was the administration where?
It is at Wormrock's fortress, over at the bridge leading into the city.
All right. Thank you so much.
It is my pleasure. Stop by any time.
Thank you. Bye now.
Caldas isn't gonna say anything else, and he's just gonna turn and leave.
When you said High Rock,
As-
I was like, oh, playing too much Elder Scrolls?
Yes, I've been playing too much Oblivion.
I started the Oblivion, and bro, I'm on the Thieves Guild. I started the Thieves Guild quest pretty much first thing, on accident, obviously, but it was cool how I figured it out, myself.
Yeah, the Thieves Guild is really cool in Oblivion.
So what
So
else are you
as-
guys doing?
As we walk, like once we're out of earshot of the guy, like when we leave and close the door and stuff, I want to be like, man, that stuff was so expensive.
Has anyone heard from Amelia? He's still
I
offline on
haven't, no.
Discord.
I haven't heard
I
from
haven't.
her
No.
at all.
Maybe
Sure
we can
haven't.
just take care of everything next session since it's already 6.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'll work.
my headache unfortunately is getting much worse very quickly. So if
Is
we wouldn't
there
mind,
any-
Drinking water?
yes, I've been drinking
I've
water,
been making him drink
Okay.
water.
and
yeah.
I took medicine for it too.
Do you guys think that we should go, like, head over to Wormrock and register our guild?
Is that nearby?
He said it was at the gate, like one of the gates here, so it shouldn't be too far away.
Also,
Not at the
Mr.
gate,
Mr.
but-
DM, real quick.
Oh, I thought you
because
said the
was
gate.
attending,
Sorry.
because I was attending those people, how many points of lay on hands and any other things, just real quick, would I have had to have used to help that group out?
Not all too many. It's just like light bruises, like nothing too heavy, no bleeding, nothing extensive.
Yeah, the bottom
Would I've had to have used
right-hand
any
side
then?
of the map is where Worms Rock is. It's where
I
we
would
walked
say,
into the
I mean,
city.
they did sustain
Worms
some
Rock is
injury.
where we walked into the
so-
city. There's a bridge.
You know, maybe a
I
couple
would
people just
say
got hurt a little
There's a
extra.
bridge. It's
Yeah.
where we walked in. Well, we have 3,000
I
gold
can't think of it off
split
the top of
Maybe
my
amongst
head.
like-
Just
all
throw it
six
to
of
me
us.
later.
Could just say like one or two.
Just one.
No.
I'll just do 2.
No, we each have 200 gold from the 3,000 that we got for turning in the quest.
I'm sorry. I have a non-character question. So because I was pooling the gold for everybody, and in my notes it's still like it says we have 385 still, but Icy was just explaining to me we divvied it up. Like, how much gold does my person have?
I think actually we left it all at the keep because it was all put in the
Yeah.
safety room. I thought.
Okay,
left-
because he
you
said
left
he
the
said
majority of the
something
gold
about
there.
like 200. Like we each had 200. Is that how we divided it?
So the gold that you got from completing the quest and eliminating Redjaw and turning that all in, the party as a whole received 3,000 gold. To split that amidst 6 people, that would be 500 gold per person.
Okay. And then
all-
so
all
that's
the-
not including the gold that I was holding for us before.
Correct.
So we also do still have the 385 that was from
Yes.
before everything. Okay, good to know. But so far we're not carrying any of this on our person.
Nope.
Okay,
That is
so we
unless
still
you
only have the
decided
like
to.
10 that we started with. We definitely should have taken some money out, you guys. We went shopping without taking any of the money back.
Caldas, I thought had his. That's what I said. This is understood. What I understood.
You're carrying 500 gold pieces on your person?
Mm,
And
No,
gold
Allow
Allow
me
me
to introduce myself. My name is Robin Hood.
Yeah, that is
Right?
No. I wouldn't be able to probably
streets ain't
carry.
safe, Elf.
No. I probably wouldn't be able to carry it, but I don't know how much I'm carrying on me.
No,
I had
you could-
60 before, so I think that might be what I would have on me, like
You
the
could
60.
carry it. You could carry it, but you'd
Yeah.
probably need like a whole pack, and you'd just be jingling down the street.
yeah. Jingle, jingle,
Okay,
jingle,
so
jingle,
how
jingle.
can I separate them though, like with what I have on me and what I don't? Just put five.
so-
Could I just put 500 in castle and something?
So
like,
Yeah, you could put
the
that
way
in like
I
your
do
treasures.
it- yeah, the way that I've been doing it is if you go to bio, there's a treasure
good, D-Rex.
area for
Yeah.
notes. So that's where I wrote that I had the
That version
you
of
know,
Robin Hood was the
pooled
best.
gold from everybody, and then if you on your core sheet, it has a place for you know, keeping track
Robin
track
Hood and
of
Little
stuff,
John
and
running through
you
the
actually have
forest,
silver
snapping
now as
back,
well. So
quoting what the
don't
other
forget
had
to add that in.
say.
It's the triangle
Reminiscing
shaped
this
one.
and that and having such a good time. Oodle lolly, golly, what a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you find it okay?
The triangle shaped one.
Yeah, so under
yeah, roll
where
20.
you have your spells, like where it says attacks and spellcasting,
Yeah.
it's
I
your
got that here.
yeah. So the one that says SP and it's got like a
that's
little
silver, yeah.
triangle shape. Yeah, that's silver.
Okay,
Yep.
I gotcha. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. I've got 18 silver on me and then 58 gold. I think is what I was carrying around originally. So the other 500 stuff is the one that's in the.
Oh shoot, I
place.
should ask that guy for change too. Oh well.
I don't think he carries copper.
Okay. Yeah, he was
he
expensive. Never mind.
literally said- he
We'll
did
go to a
literally
less
say-
expensive shop to get to get
Yeah,
some change.
You just went to the Gucci store and asked for pennies.
Or actually, are we closer to the bank than we are to the administration building? We could go to the bank, I guess.
Also, Mister, this is a question. Do they have at the bank? Can we exchange quantities of gold for banknotes? Do they do banknotes in Baldur's Gate? Or the Sword
No,
Coast?
they only
Only
they only
coinage.
deal in counting. Coinage, yes.
Mm.
Darn, so
So
we
that
couldn't
being
bring
said-
like 100 gold coins to the bank, get a banknote for it, and then when we go to the other city, cash that in when we need.
I mean, there isn't an interbanking system. There's a counting house which you could use to exchange currency, but there's no like, hey, this is the Bank of the Sword Coast. You could go visit our branch in Neverwinter.
Yeah.
Kvitas, I have a business proposition for you. We're gonna be rich.
Okay. What do you have for me, Aldian?
We're gonna do that thing you just talked about promissory notes and have a bank amongst several cities.
You're crispy right now.
Yeah, you're a little
Uh,
crunchy.
I have another source of us. So instead of a kissing booth, we have like a punching booth. And we just put Caldez in the booth, and they pay us, and then he gets punched. He's used to it.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
oh my
I would,
gosh. Wow.
I would like to remind you. So, a single point of lay on hands is enough to wake someone up from unconsciousness, which means theoretically, after a full rest, somebody, even if Caldez would get knocked out by it, he can be punched 16 times.
Yeah, see, that's money in the bank. You know,
Oh my god.
we've got this.
No. And you could
Sigh.
name the booth Lay on Hands.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
oh, that works on multiple levels. That's great.
I don't think my order would look kindly upon it. So I might. Have to resist
Well, we
or
don't
be
want you to
left.
be Oathbreaker, so
yeah.
all right, fine. It was a good idea though.
So,
That might
Are-
have.
so
been
you're-
something
You wouldn't
I
be
bring up
doing
at
the punching.
confession, but
what would be your next destination leading into the next session?
The
Well, I'm thinking the bank is like we're gonna have to at some point.
well, I
'cause
mean,
we're
we have a
broke.
coffer. We have a coffer back at the at Crimson Keep.
yeah, we don't need to be
Well-
too concerned about safety back at the keep
Okay.
because we have the simulacrum.
Well, then when should we pick up and how much does it cost to register our guild? Because we need
need
to
to go
do
find out.
that.
Yeah, you
what?
Go find out.
Yeah,
And,
let's head that way, I guess.
Can
Did
we say
everybody
that I
get
met
to
up
do
with
what they
Astrid,
needed to
thank
do
you so
right now,
much as
though?
well. Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
good. Thank you so much for
Okay.
earlier, Astrid. Like, what the crap, bro?
So, with that being said, next session, you guys are going to be heading over to Wormrock Fortress, which, by the by, is far outside the city. If you were to zoom out of the
Oh,
map,
okay.
yeah, if you were to zoom out of the map and look far over to the right, the very bridge where you encountered a very gun
And
ho.
we were there.
Yeah, we were there.
Master Sergeant!
We gotta go
Yep.
back.
Hey, you gotta go back.
Oh.
Can somebody ping it for me? I'm where?
Yeah, bottom right hand side.
It was the bridge. It was where
Oh,
it's
okay,
where I
gotcha.
punched Caldez. How could
Yeah.
Right.
Where
right.
where
Okay.
Saren had his huge
And
crash
we're
out,
at-
and I had to carry him out of the room.
Dude,
We're at Cliffgate right now,
that
or
was the first
Basilisk
crash
Gate?
out of my innocent
Yes.
life.
Right,
You're
right
at the
now.
Basilisk Gate right now.
Okay.
So if
Close to
we
it.
if
Oh,
we're
wow.
gonna be ending the session shortly, just
Yes.
for should we then use this time to go shopping for general equipment? Everyone, we should maybe think about, because we are planning on probably leaving the city soon. We have all that stuff in Elturel. There's stuff in Waterdeep to be done, so that we don't have to make a whole nother trip inside the city.
There's also Baldur's Gate.
True.
Yes, there's
I do
there's a lot
however-
of stuff to be done.
I do have to kind of leave though because it is Mother's Day and everybody's arrived here, so
Yes.
I need to go down for dinner.
All right.
Oh, you guys ever
Have a
Mother's
great
Day
night,
today?
Elias.
Yeah, kind of like
Did you get her
celebrating-
flowers?
I did
that's-
not know.
Oh,
That being said-
no.
If it's
Yeah.
not too weird, tell her we all said Happy Mother's Day.
Okay, she won't know who you are, but I'll tell her.
I was about to say, tell
That
her
being
even if it
said,
is weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
next
exactly.
session, what we're going to do,
My friends that punched me in the
is
face said Happy Mother's Day.
is Amelia, if she's able to make it next session, she's going to be going up, doing her thing, and after she's done, that we'll catch up with you guys.
Got it.
Okie dokie.
I have
All
a
right.
bit of a shopping list I gotta make up.
Yep.
Got it.
General adventuring shopping list.
All right.
And
Sounds
then,
great.
If would you mind, Mr. Crimson, if I made up a list and then posted it, like basically in this group of like, hey, this is what I'm getting. If this gives you guys any ideas, get some stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, and then also just a quick question: are we using the standard table for item pricing? For like adventuring stuff?
I would say
Or
yeah.
Okay.
I kind of want to get our wedding rings enchanted. Aldian, if that's like if we can afford that.
I don't remember how much ring enchantments were.
That's good. That's good.
I don't know either, but I
What are
really
you gonna get them
want to.
enchanted with?
I don't know. We'll have to see what they have available. That'd be really cool. I'd love it if we could do like a telepathy thing.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys have a great night.
Yeah, y'all as well. I'm gonna be heading out.
Yep.
Also.
All right.
So,
Sounds great.
Alrighty, let us.
This
I will
was
talk
fun,
to you
thanks.
all later. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
All right. I'm gonna hang up from Discord.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
All right, chat. That is that. That is the end of session 16. Didn't quite get done what we wanted to do. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Kitty and I will be live again in about 2 hours? In about an hour and a half. 7:30 Eastern time. Kitty and I will be live again. We're gonna be playing some Pal World. It's going to be a lot of fun, and you guys will love it. And we're going to be over on Kitty's channel. So thank you so much, everybody, for coming by. We're going to raid out of here. Let me see who we can raid. We raided Cranberry Inari earlier. So let's see who is currently streaming that we can raid into. Who is currently streaming? Oh. Stop it. And... Beep, 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 beep. Let's raid into... Let's raid into Varkon. Varkon, I've not raided into Varkon, and he's doing Farming Simulator, so... All right. Okay. Alrighty, everybody. We're going to be raiding into Varkon, And I hope that you all have a blessed evening. There's your message if you are a subscriber. I got it. Okay, all right. And here is your message if you are one of my followers. So thank you so much, everybody, for coming by, being patient with me for my scuff issues and whatnot. I know that my stream crashed twice, but yeah. So thanks so much, and we will see you all this evening for Suzaku Saturday. Bye, everybody.